At Craig Hospital, every detail matters. From taking time to make a space feel more like home, to unwavering encouragement.
Great effort, great effort.
With your support, the Craig Foundation is helping to reclaim lives, pushing the boundaries of possibility, giving the gift of independence, bringing the classroom to our patients, bringing healing to the mind, body, and spirit. Your support is more than just a gift. It's resilience, innovations, breakthroughs, and the enduring impact of human compassion. Be a partner in hope and homecomings.
What an amazing day this is, and I promise I'm going to get through this with no tears, although just know my heart is full, and I hope all of yours are too. I'm Dr. Jandel Allen Davis. For those who don't know, I'm the president and CEO of this wonderful place, having been here just last week, 7 years of just the joy of serving this incredible mission. So thank you for this opportunity. And boy, is this an historic moment for Craig Hospital. Because today we're celebrating another chapter in an organization that's 118 years old. And I'm deeply grateful for everyone who's gathered here, our patients, our families, our dedicated staff and supporters, and all of whom are at the heart of Craig Hospital. And we also welcome our special guest in attendance today. Lieutenant Governor Diane Primavera is here. Representative Meg Froelich is, there she is, hi, I hadn't seen you there. I'll hug you later. And it looks like hopefully the Mayor of Inglewood, Atheniel Sierra, will join us at some point. So thank you for being here on this momentous day. Craig is a beacon of hope, and we've been so, as I said, for over 118 years. Our founding story began in 1907 when Frank Craig, facing his own chronic health challenges, raised a single tent west in Denver to help men living with tuberculosis. And what started as a tent colony became a sanctuary where pain was met with dignity and uncertainty transformed into hope. And over the decades, Craig evolved through medical breakthroughs and societal changes to become the nation's leader in spinal cord and brain neurorehabilitation. And our journey from tuberculosis care to cutting-edge neurorehabilitation, it's a testament to resilience, to innovation, and to compassion. And every person, all of you who are here today, and my buds up on the bridge, we are all part of Craig's history and its future. So today we're going to break ground on something that's far more than the beginning of a construction project. It's actually a moment that marks our living legacy. For generations, every patient, caregiver, staff member, clinician, and visitor who's crossed our threshold has given Craig its soul. Our culture grew from team members who wrapped patients and families in unwavering support. The Craig way is what we all know and we love. And it's typified by personalized, family-focused care that's anchored in amazing expertise, empathy, and a word that I have heard so many times over these 7+ years, hope. At Craig, we guide the process from patient to person and from hospital to heartfelt homecoming. And as we know, Disney said it best, there's no magic in magic. It's all in the details. And I want to take a moment to thank some of the people who make the magic look easy. First, to our external partners, Davis Partnership, Architects, the Cumming Group, and DPR Construction. Thank you for helping make this moment possible. I spent the morning with the construction crew. See, I'm going right off script. I'm doing it. I went over at 7 o'clock this morning and greeted the construction crew, thanked them for the amazing work they're doing, the ways that something that for them is, it's my Tuesday, it's my Friday. but what they are doing in terms of what they're going to be able to create for us alongside all these other wonderful partners, including all of you, for people who don't know that there will be a day that they will need Craig is pretty darn remarkable. And I also want to thank my buds, Craig's executive team, and especially, and I'm going to ask her to stand, Dana Polonsky. You got to stand. She's going, oh my God, she does this to me all the time. Dana has contributed a tremendous amount of leadership in this expansion, and she's going to be retiring in January. So I want just to give a chance to say again, thank you, Dana, for leading us and shepherding us through this. And then the person who's going to pick up the mantle, and I'm going to ask him to stand, is our chief financial. I'm just going to get so killed later next week. Stand up, Dan. Dan Frank, our CFO. And I bet you they're out there somewhere, but if any of our amazing engineering team is here who has been so instrumental in making this day come to the fore as it has, and our past and current board chairs who are here, and many of the staff, and they're all around. Staff, wave, whoop, do something. There they are. The folks who really make the magic happen, who've supported our strategic plan over the years. And a special thanks, a very special thanks to our foundation engineering and our marketing and communications team who coordinated this beautiful event. And I actually said, by the way, as I was coming in, I said, if anybody knows anybody who wants to get married, this thing could do double duty at the end of this. It's beautiful. We're just so grateful to those who have contributed to Craig. The Craig we know and love today. The former Crave staff, if you're here, Craig staff, I saw a few of you who are former, give a wave. Those of you, there's Kenny back there. Hi. Here's Vicky. And our current and former board members, if you'd give a wave. You guys, oh, there's so many folks here. And then there's this wonderful group of ambassadors and folks who love Craig called the Campaign Collective who come in from all over the country. Where are you all? There's Trevor there. I see folks. Thank you. So we're at a pivotal moment. Our campus expansion, supported by our $100 million fundraising campaign, will enable Craig to serve more individuals impacted by spinal cord and brain injury, to care for them sooner, and bring advanced research and therapy to life. We will launch our first dedicated neuromedical unit for medically complex patients. We're going to expand our inpatient services, and we're going to create a state-of-the-art human movement lab and provide a new garden for healing and connection. Every improvement, every one of these improvements is driven by a bold vision. And the bold vision is this: we want to expand access, we want to accelerate innovation, and we want to empower every single journey of every single person who comes through our door. So thank you. I can't thank you enough for believing in Craig, for investing in our mission, and for partnering with us at this historic time. Because the story of Craig is not just the story of a hospital. It's the story that you represent, whatever your connection to Craig. And today, we lay the foundation for the next chapter, written by all of us together. And now I'm honored to introduce you to our hospital board chair, Bruce Schroeffel. Thank you for being here.
Well, I'm going to go a little off script and make Serena and Jandel nervous. I feel like it's my bar mitzvah. I haven't sat up here like this in many years. And it's a time of change and growth, theoretically, in a Jewish person's life. And I feel like that's true of Craig Hospital. I've had the privilege of working at some great hospitals with 10 and 15,000 employees and a lot of money, a lot more resources than we have here at Craig. And I am blown away by what our team does here, and all of you do here, all of you up there do with so little. And it's extraordinary, the margins you have and what you do and the kind of passion and care you provide. So I just wanted to say that's off script. Now I'm going to go to script, okay? But I just had to say it because every time I come here, I'm just inspired by looking at people, and both the staff and the patients, and how they interact together. You don't see that in most organizations and most hospitals, and I've been to more hospitals than I ever want to admit around the country, and great ones, and this is one of the greatest there is. So with that, I'm going to go to script, okay? And Craig is a highly decorated Hospital, having been recognized as a magnet facility for 4 consecutive cycles for excellence in nursing and leadership, a designation we've had for 20 years, which only less than 2% of hospitals achieve such recognition, so 98% of the hospitals do not do what we do here. We have been named a top rehabilitation hospital in the country by U.S. News and World Report for 36 years, and we are regularly ranked by our employees, and that's the passion you feel, as a top workplace in both Colorado and the nation. You don't see that very often in most organizations on a regular basis. Craig is nationally recognized as being at the forefront of care, research and innovation, changing thousands of lives. We are all here today because we know that Craig is more than its rankings and rewards. It is a place where hope is rekindled, where people come from across the country and the world to reclaim independence, dignity, and where they find hope. Craig is a real treasure, not just for Colorado, but for our nation, as a source of expertise, compassion, and groundbreaking rehabilitation research. Half of our patients come from out of state every year because Craig is the place families turn to when they need the very best. On behalf of the hospital board of directors, past, current, and future, thank you for sharing this moment with us, for believing in Craig, and for building this future with us so we can serve more people. Please join me in welcoming Jeff Tiemann, President and CEO of the Colorado Hospital Association. Jeff.
Thank you, Bruce. Good afternoon, everyone. What a terrific crowd here today. Thanks for being here. I'm Jeff Tiemann. I'm President and CEO of the Colorado Hospital Association. It is such an honor to be here today on behalf of the more than 100 hospitals and health systems here in Colorado to celebrate this exciting new chapter for Craig Hospital. I bring the wishes of the entire hospital community here today. Craig is so much more than a hospital. It's a rare and amazing gem in our healthcare community. Only 2 of these very specialized facilities exist in the entire nation, and one of them is right here in Inglewood. For decades, we have watched people come through these doors facing the most difficult moments of their lives, and we've seen how the world-class care delivered here and unwavering support helps those patients emerge with strength, with purpose, and with hope. This groundbreaking symbolizes growth, not just in buildings, but in the ability to serve even more patients and improve their lives. It reflects Craig's ongoing commitment to excellence and to the people it serves, not just here in Inglewood, but as Bruce said, across the country. You all know as well as I do that these things do not happen by accident. In my experience, they are always connected to a visionary, creative, and committed leader. Jandel and her team have advanced this hospital and, in fact, our entire industry. So as a community, we're proud to stand beside Craig Hospital. We're proud to support the dedicated staff who make this place extraordinary. Your theme of hope and homecoming is something every hospital in Colorado strives to give every patient. Working with the entire healthcare system, we can do that together. This expansion is a reminder that when we invest in healing, we all grow stronger. Right now, we are in a very challenging time for healthcare and hospitals. So it is really nice to be celebrating something that boosts resources and creates access for patients and makes for a brighter future for all of us. Congratulations to the entire Craig team. We can't wait to see what's next. Thank you. And now I'm going to introduce Diana Primavera, the Lieutenant Governor of the state of Colorado.
I always seem to get to speak after the tallest person. So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lieutenant Governor Diane Primavera, and it's truly an honor to be here to celebrate this exciting new chapter for Craig Hospital and to recognize the resilience and strength of those living with brain and spinal cord injuries. Accessibility and inclusion have long been at the heart of my work. I was fortunate to work with Craig Hospital on several occasions, once as a vocational rehabilitation counselor, where I took referrals from Craig Hospital to try and help people become employed. Another time as the education and training coordinator at the Rocky Mountain Regional Brain Injury Center, and I think I see Kenny Hosak standing there in the back under the tree. And then finally at Learning Services and then in the legislature. But as Lieutenant Governor, I've been proud to work with the disability community in our pursuit of a Colorado for all, from creating the Colorado Disability Opportunities Office to helping connect Coloradoans with disabilities to resources and employment opportunities. I'm so proud of the work we've accomplished, making Colorado the best home for people with disabilities in the country. Each of these efforts reflects a shared belief that every Coloradoan deserves the opportunity to live independently, pursue their goals, and fully contribute to their communities. So today, as we celebrate this groundbreaking and all that it represents, we also honor the advocates, the caregivers, and the organizations like Craig Hospital who make recovery, innovation, and hope possible every single day. And now I have the privilege of presenting a special proclamation signed by Governor Polis to commemorate this important day. And it reads, whereas spinal cord and brain injuries affect people regardless of age, race, gender, or ethnicity, and result from a multitude of causes. And whereas brain injuries affect more than 64 million people, having experienced one or more traumatic brain injuries in their lifetime, and there are 17,700 new cases of spinal cord injury per year. And whereas public awareness of brain injury and spinal cord injury is critical to understanding the nature of these injuries, and whereas people affected by spinal cord and brain injuries accomplish remarkable things every day, returning to home, to work and school, and becoming productive members of the state, region, and nation in a variety of capacities, including Paralympic athletes, physicians, teachers, writers, photographers, actors, or parents. Therefore, I, Jared Polis, Governor of the State of Colorado, do hereby proclaim October 11th, 2025 as Empowering Lives Day in the state of Colorado. Back to you.
That made me ever so verklempt. Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. And thank you for acknowledging the people who've been impacted by spinal cord and brain injuries and getting to hear a little bit of your story and your deep connections to the work that we do here. And now please join me in welcoming Sharon Campbell, a Craig graduate, a Model Systems board member, and a fierce advocate for those things we care about. Sharon?
Sorry for the silence there. It takes me a minute to get booted. 11 years ago, I arrived at Craig Hospital after sustaining a high-level spinal cord injury. I was unsure of what life would look like for me or for my family. Everything I knew changed, and my life was altered in an instant. I began to cope with the fact that it wasn't temporary, this was going to be a lifelong journey. But I also discovered that the connections that I would build at Craig would last a lifetime too. After months in the inpatient program, I returned home to continue therapy as a research participant with Craig's team. With access to groundbreaking research and a great community to support me through almost daily therapy for the next year. Those experiences helped me rebuild my life, rooted in hope, possibility, and a new purpose. Because of what Craig gave me and the love and support that I received, I felt responsible to give something back. I became deeply involved in research, not just for my own progress, but to help others living with spinal cord injuries. Today, I'm proud to serve on the board of the SCI Model Systems Program. I served on the Colorado Outdoor Recreation Committee. I review research grants for the Department of Defense, and I've seen firsthand how Craig's leadership in neurorehabilitation and research is changing lives across the country. When I was inpatient in 2014, I watched Craig's last major expansion come to life. I'll admit, it was a little hard living under construction and a little noisy, but I knew I was at the best place possible. It was a powerful reminder of Craig's commitment to making things better for patients and families. And today I'm honored to stand here watching another chapter of that growth begin. One that will continue filling in any gaps, helping people with spinal cord injuries and brain injuries return home with hope, independence, and confidence. Over the years, Craig has been more than just a hospital to me, it's been a family. I felt their compassion and benefited from their programs, therapies, and resources that I never would have otherwise had access to. I found strength and encouragement from other patients and families that know firsthand how this journey is, and I'm forever grateful. That's why this groundbreaking means so much. It's not just about buildings, it's about creating more opportunities for the people to rebuild their lives, to move forward with confidence and know that they're not alone. Recovery has been one of the hardest battles of my life, but I've learned that hard doesn't mean hopeless. And that's why we're here today. Because at places like Craig, it reminds us that there's always hope, always possibility, and always more life to be lived. Craig, thank you for leading the way and remaining dedicated to growth and for families and patients and so many others. Oh, sorry. Am I supposed to announce who's next? Mary Beth, I'll let you take the lead.
So, good afternoon. My name is Mary Beth Younger, and I am the board chair for the Craig Foundation. And those of you who know me, I'm a tax lawyer. I'm pretty boring. I'm a rule follower. But I feel like I have to go off script here as well. Just to say, Sharon, thank you. That was absolutely beautiful. So grateful that you shared your story with us, and you are an inspiration to us all. Thank you. It's a reminder to me, and I am sure to all of you, why we do what we do for Craig. So thank you. So as I said, I'm Mary Beth Younger. I'm joined by my friend, a true visionary, and the chair of our Hope and Homecomings campaign, Jim Johnson. As two veteran community members, and I almost had in my script old community members, I took that out, we're veterans. We've personally witnessed the life-changing power of Craig to transform lives, and we're grateful to be with you and grateful that you've taken time out of your busy schedules to join us today. Today we celebrate the spirit of generosity that's powered Craig from its humble beginnings to become a national leader in patient-centered care. At its inception, Craig depended on small donations, in-kind contributions of food, clothing, the generosity and compassion of its neighbors. Today, this legacy continues. We are still taking care of each other. As an independent nonprofit hospital, Craig is unaffiliated with larger hospital systems or a parent corporation. We depend on insurance to fund our expenses, and as many of you know, insurance covers a lot of things, but it often falls short. Even the most robust plans rarely cover the full cost of acute rehabilitation, durable equipment, or the extensive family support services that Craig provides. Each year, the Craig Foundation donors bridge this funding gap through their generosity. You provide housing for families who travel far from home. You provide patient assistance funds for the equipment or supplies outside the scope of coverage, and you provide recreation and whole person therapy programs that go beyond medicine to build the confidence, independence, and hope that our patients need. Each dollar that you give is a lifeline, and it's put to work quickly in service of our patients and families. Jim and I want to thank you, each and every one of our donors, for making an impact and for making a difference. We couldn't be more grateful, so thank you.
Thank you, Mary Beth. Rule follower, not so much. So we make a great partner. Today's an exciting day. What great weather we have, and what an incredible venue. But what we're really celebrating today is also a little bit of an arrival of our capital campaign. I'm going way off script. Trevor, you know me well enough. We had a goal, a very ambitious goal of being 60% complete with a capital campaign that allows this construction. Support from very generous donors and believers and people who wanted to create more hope and homecomings. You will see here in a minute, we've exceeded that goal. But we're also starting to turn back now, the different phase of the campaign, and really trying to enlist our ambassadors and really trying to encourage to have you dream big with us and really help you carry the message and the passion with us to help us reach this $100 million campaign goal. Our bold goal is to raise $100 million. This effort is not only going to expand the physical campus and ensure that we can say yes to more families hoping their chance to rehabilitate at Craig. With wait times that make my heart ache, this expansion will allow us to serve more people and help them sooner. Since October of 2022, our donors, board, staff, and partners have been working with the community in what we call the leadership phase of this campaign. Okay, are you ready for some news yet? Today, I am thrilled to announce that we have already raised $63.7 million. But it's with your energy, belief, and support that this campaign launches publicly today. Hope and Homecomings isn't just a campaign name, it's a promise. Please join me now in the launch of our campaign video. You will be the first ones to see it, and that also includes a couple of us up here. We have not seen it either. So all it says, Jim and Mary Beth, please sit down. So we're going to play a video. This is what we're all about. That's why we're here today. Please help us have this campaign become a reality.
Everything is scary in the beginning, but I now know I can accomplish 90% of the things I could before, and so I just need to get as independent as possible and get back to work and get back to being a dad and a father and a husband, and Craig gave me the tools to do that.
When a family says to me, Craig works miracles, or they change the course of our life, and it's because they're getting the highest level of specialized rehab service that can be provided.
They had just such a warm atmosphere, and I could just see all of the therapists, all of the doctors, they just wanted the best for you, and they did any means necessary.
I could tell immediately that they'd all talked, which is important. Like, you've got 15 people caring for your kid, that they know what the other people know. And they'd taken the time to learn her case and figure out what's gonna be best for her.
There's this transformational moment when people come to Craig, that it's the first time that there's this relaxing of the shoulders. In some cases, it's the first time that people feel comfortable leaving their loved one and going and getting a good night's sleep.
It was exactly where I needed to be. And from the moment you enter that building, the message is clear. Your life is not over. Your injury does not define you, and they truly do save lives.
To the thousands who come here, Craig isn't just a hospital. It's the start of a new journey where hope begins and homecomings are made possible.
After everything that everyone went through, you want to be back in the place that you know, with the people that you love, taking care of you. After everything that being able to do things that he would do before, like go to trivia.
But demand for Craig is outpacing capacity, and patients who need us now are forced to wait.
In that first year, I was really fighting for my life. Man, the wounds on my body were not healing. So that is what kept me in critical care.
People with a bad wound end up waiting up to a year or more to get into Craig.
There are 50 to 60 patients on our wait list right now that are aiming to come to Craig and simply can't get here fast enough. The fact they're not able to get and to start their rehabilitative program can certainly impact being able to get home back into their communities as soon as possible.
That's why we launched Hope and Homecomings, Craig's most ambitious campaign yet.
We're raising $100 million to expand capacity to reduce wait times, launch a neuromedical unit to serve those with medical complications who need Craig's expertise, grow research that translates to real-world results, and sustain our Craig culture of care for lifelong wellness.
I had no idea that I'd be back to work, that I'd be riding my bike again. There was so much that Craig was doing to help me on the mental and emotional side of things as well.
Ultimately, the goal at Craig is, regardless of what your functional level is, when you leave our hospital, we want you to have the highest quality of life with the most independence possible. I think about what we need in order to accomplish those goals. We need a place for these patients to go so that we can continue to help them and they have a room to stay in and they have the resources they need.
We're building up and out, adding 2 floors to our east building and expanding north to create a world-class neuromedical unit for earlier intervention and more new inpatient rooms to serve about 15% more people each year. We'll also open a state-of-the-art human movement lab where human-centered care meets novel research discoveries.
You don't know the impact that Craig has had, because I know that his treatment and his outcome would have been completely different.
So this new human movement lab will also allow us to better understand how to implement these new technologies and interventions and then get that information out to the rest of the world.
Just getting that high repetitive movement early on, I think really benefited me and probably was the biggest reason for my recovery after.
There it is, come on, Lee.
And I will never forget the day that I was, first upright and walking on my feet. It was like I was just elated. It felt so good to feel the weight up and down my spinal cord. It was just wonderful.
Our Hope and Homecomings campaign at Craig Hospital is going to allow us to bring more people to Craig sooner and quicker and help us use our expert level of care right away.
I've been in debt to Craig forever. Helped us with our home to bring him home.
Thank you. It's life-changing.
The time is now. The place is Craig. Join us in fulfilling a promise that no one has to face this journey alone. With your help, we'll bring hope to more families, create more breakthroughs, and celebrate more homecomings.
As we stated, this is really the launch of our public campaign. So will you join me in making a difference, an extraordinary difference to this extraordinary place? Whether the gift is small or large in the amount, it's really that commitment to not only helping us reach the goal, but truly impacting lives and providing more hope and homecomings to the future patients of Craig. Serena? I think I was supposed to.
That's okay. Well, I have a little thing I have not told Jandel, my boss, so hopefully I'll still have a job on Monday, or my boss, Jim. But we actually, over the last 24 hours, have received some really incredible votes of confidence, which we call donations, but really they're a vote of confidence in Craig's future. And so the new number is $64.2 million. Which is like close to 65, but I can't technically round up. So now is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for us to turn the dirt and officially break ground on this East Building expansion. We're going to do this in 3 distinguished groups of people who've brought us to this moment. And so I'm going to ask everybody who blessed us with their presence today, all of our speakers on the stage, to grab your hard hat under your chair. And you'll come up and grab your shovel. Thank you. And then Jana will direct you on turning dirt. This second group of distinguished guests are several donors who made this moment possible. Please join me in welcoming Zach and Melissa Holland, Rick Sachs, David Mirage of the David and Laura Mirage Foundation, and Trevor Brotman. Turn some dirt. In addition to our guest speakers and our donors, we are joined by representatives from the Craig Hospital Executive Team, as well as members of the DPR construction team, the Cumming Group, and Davis Partnership Architects. Come over here and help us break ground.
Wow. I wish the dirt at home weren't that easy to turn. Ugh. Nothing like gardening, actually, to fill a soul. You know, I am going to quickly go off script because, and take actually CEO's privilege to say that it has been a privilege to serve this organization for 7 years. But I inherited a really, really healthy organization. And that's because of the leadership and certainly the clinicians and the business office folks and all the administrative staff who allowed us to stand on such a strong foundation. But this is my opportunity, and I hope the two of them are still here. I can't quite see them, to actually thank the two former presidents and CEOs of Craig Hospital. Mike, you did leave a drawer full of a bunch of stuff I had to clean out, but I did it. But if Mike Fordyce and Denny O'Malley are anywhere in the house, can you please, Mike, come up. You got to come up, Mike. You have to come. And is Denny here? Is Denny still here? Oh, Denny had to go, but Mike's here. And I knew Mike. Who would have ever thought, sitting in boardrooms together and knowing everybody across town, that one day I'd have to fill his shoes. So go for it, Mike. Love you. Thank you. I just had to let you know that. Love you. Love you. And as I used to say to him, I haven't broken it yet. So I guess 7 years in, I think we're maybe safe. So this is the time we close out. I just want to thank you all so much for joining us today. This is one of these moments in history. And I encourage you, if you haven't taken photos, to take photos, because as morbid as what I'm about to say might sound, it is not the case. That one day we'll all be ghosts. We'll all be ghosts. But just know that on this particular day, at this particular moment in Craig's history, you all are part of what makes it so special. And we're doing work together that's going to help folks who are out there right now living their lives and have no idea that there might come a time that they're going to need a place this special. And together, we commit to keeping it as special as it is. So thank you again, and if you'd like to stay connected and follow the journey ahead, please visit hopeandhomecomings.org. I hope you'll stay around because we'd like you to take a moment and go over and take some tours or just a stroll around our new beautiful garden. It's one of the first exciting changes you'll see on our campus. And again, thank you. Have a fabulous weekend. And we couldn't have asked for better weather. So thank you.